はい、というわけで、SF リードオンリーメモリーズの、続きですね。はい、何回目かってことも分かんなくなっちゃってるね。よし、じゃあ行きましょう。どっちで行くかですね。メディア使うか、テクノロジー使うか。事件に直結するのは確かにフェアライト博士のような気がしますが、ここはやっぱりなんかね、ちょっと人物の有効度みたいなことって結構ポイントかなと思ってますんで、ちょっとトムキャットがちょっと示してくれた教えてくれたちょっと情報を最初にちょっと攻めてみますね。どっちだっけ。こっちか。
Here we are.
記事の解散パララックスって言ってんだ。
The COS.io Corporation office building. It looks like most of the businesses on this block are a part of the same corporate coalition under COS.io.
取れてるんで大丈夫だよ。大きい会社なんだね。それが何かって。
Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented Eye's articles. Not impossible, but unlikely.
会社だから別に会社内でやらねえよってことか。調べてみるしかないね。ちょっとね。
That makes sense.
話聞いてみましょう。ちょっととりあえず入ってて。失礼します。
The meshnet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirmed she's expecting us.
あるでしょう、ジン。
All we have to do now is head up and talk to her. No shenanigans this time.
そうですね。トムキャットの友達です。あ、受付の方。もう受付じゃない、ジンさんね。どうも、
Oh, hello.
ジョニーですけど。
Welcome to Augmented Eye.
なんかたまさそうな人だな。キャスターみたいな。
You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up.
はい、私です。
Have a seat. Would you like a drink?
じゃあゴゴティーをって今まだ飲んでるんですけど、行き過ぎ。お水いただけますか？
My assistant will bring it right away. Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable about bringing in another journalist to look into this. Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press. But it's still better than the other options.
なるほど。まあ、調べてからということですね。
Chances are I have another corporation scoping out my territory. If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound. If they are in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send in my own reporters against my allies.
なるほど。
Even if I do end up being right.
内部の可能性もある。
So if I'm damned either way, I'd rather it be by the media.
なるほど、外部使って。
At least then we can fight back on a familiar battlefield.
で、私みたいなフリーなジャーナリストはうってつけというわけですね。はいはい。
Now, what do you know about our problem here?
いや、何にも。そう、これだけですよ。誰かがメッシュネットに上がったあなたたちの記事を改ざんしてるって聞いたけど、これしかわかんないですよ。
That's the long and short of it. My network admin is pulling their hair out over it.
誰がやってるかわかんないですよ。
I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network. The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after they hit the mesh, they get changed.
元はそのままだけど、ネットに上がったところで変わってる。はいはい。
I'm hoping that you can do some digging, maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it.
俺のコネクションちょっとまあジェス、トムキャット、あとリバースか。 リバースの真似ってたっけあの女性の警官だけですもんね。あとフェアライトがあるか。フェアライト大きいような気するな。
Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it will be a big help.
なるほどね。記事の改ざんってちょっと確かにメディアとしては大きいよな。改ざんとは具体的にどんな
Mostly little things. Word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic. So far, almost all of the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out, and more critical of organizations like the Human Revolution. That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protests was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a hell of a time putting out the fires.
それは確かに全然意味合いが変わってくるわ。はいはいはいはい。
My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the Human Revolution if I don't have to.
そうですね、そりゃ。内部の幸せではないとどうしてわかる
I guess I'm not, but my network admin assures me it's all coming from somewhere else. They told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones.
お金かかりそうだ
All
な。
kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to even begin to claim to understand. I pay them big bucks, so I'm inclined to believe them unless you dig up something that tells me otherwise.
心当たりありますか何か
Not really. My admin says that only someone with intimate access to Parallax's network protocols could make these kind of changes as something passes across the net.
パララックスが大元なのか、このネットワークの。
Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather than someone inside Parallax itself. The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strangling. It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use a different OS than LIPS or a different meshnet protocol without that trust. Or, you know, Parallax is abusing its power to spread pro-tech propaganda. Doubtful they need to.
すごい大きい会社なんですね。
I'm sure you'll be a good journo and bring me back the right answer.
なるほど、事情は了解した。パララックスのところに
I
関しては
know
よく
tin
わか
hat
ってない。
conspiracies aren't an ideal start, but it's the best we can do with the info we have.
誰に当たっていいかないって言ったらどうしようかな。メロディーに会いに行ってみようかな。
Anything else I can tell you, off the record? If you want it on the record, it'll cost you your firstborn and a really good cigar.
ねえ、じゃあ言うまいやって。自分の会社が標的にされる理由に心当たり、あなたたち以外に記事を改ざんされた人っているのかな。心当たり聞いてみましょう。
Like what? There isn't much more I can tell you about Augmented Eye, really. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation, if I say so myself.
事件が起きたら
We started off in Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055. Almost 10 years ago now.
はいはいはいはい。
We focus on more in-depth reporting of on-the-street happenings, on top of major news. We are one of the few good ones left.
言いますね。
Once folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they all clamored for it. They invested in the right places and it paid off. COS.io Corp is happy to have us here in the OSF. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model.
はいはいはいはい。
All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us.
特になんか
Unless they're
過
just
激な主
trying
張
to
してるよう
embroil us
な
in a
ニュースサイトで
mudslinging
はない。
match with the Human Revolution, and there are much more direct ways of making that happen.
こっちね、あなたたち以外に記事を改ざんされた人っているのかな。
Alright, look. I wasn't going to tell you this. If it gets out, I'd have to answer some really hard questions. So, you didn't hear this from me. You might want to go check out TMI Entertainment and Charlie Nova.
TMI エンターテインメントチャーリーノバ。あ、チャーリーノバ一番最初に出てきた人だ。もうそろそろ次のでね、ちょっと収録をやめないとうちのマミーが帰ってくるそうです。はい。
That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop you fast.
OK。TIM エンターテインメントチャーリーノバね。外部者の力を借りる本当に理由はあなたが抱えている記者だってこうしたりはコンサルだ。おお、確信つくんだ。
What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't a good enough reason? Because I'd really like to avoid that. And look, you've covered culture wars, right? My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports. This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts, not tech personalities.
なるほどね。
The fact that my network admin recommended you to me means you probably know the right people.
そうですね、私にはいくつかあるかな。あるのかな。でもなんかこういう主人公まずなんかいろいろ持ってそうね。
I'd like to remove my nose from your ass.
今のところはこれ大丈夫。また何か質問があったら連絡する。連絡させて
No, don't bother.
なんで
In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more circumspect about speaking to you.
なんで
Plausible deniability and all that.
いえ、真相にたどり着いてみせますよ。
I won't ask you to lie in anything you write. But do remember you got in contact with me not even secondhand, but third hand. I certainly didn't sick you on anyone.
なるほどね。
Wink wink, nudge nudge, or whatever. If you need anything else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly.
了解しました。
Now, I'd show you the door, but you know the way. And this isn't the only fire I'm trying to put out.
忙しそうだもんね、この人もね。
Good luck, and goodbye.
よし。じゃあ TIM
Well,
行く
that
か。
was more confrontational than I'd have expected, considering she was the one needing help.
確かにね。まあまあまあまあ気にするなよ。まあまあまあまあ。
She never brought you that water either. Is it always like this?
大体こんな感じよ、もう本当に。今いろいろな人いるよ。って勝手に言ってるけど。まあ、そんなにでも、きっと向こうも大変なんだよ。情っていうのは希少なもんだからなかなか明かしたがらないものなんだ。
Very true. I will admit that I am interested in the possibility of a link back to Parallax.
パラックスパラックス買収されたって言ってましたっけ？あれだよな。ちょっとっけ？確かそんな感じで言ったような気
If
する。
all of
後で
this
確認
really
した。
is due to somebody manipulating the mesh net on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all. That said,
so
I will
Parallax
take care not to get my
人
hopes
じゃなく
up.
てできないって言ったか。
We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path.
そうね、そうね。
Anyway, seems like our next step is... What the...
何？なんだ？あ！マジか！わお！
What the... That's Sin!
おーい。もうなくなってるかでも。
It's too late. Considering the angle and height of the fall, Rendering suitable aid is beyond our capabilities now. Your desire is laudable, but emergency services are already on the way. They will assist her as much as they can. We should head back to her office and see if we can determine what happened here. Perhaps we can still dispense justice.
よし、じゃあここで今日の収録はもうこれ以上できそうにないですね。いやー、気になるな5分前でしょ。あら、今呼吸されてるんですかね。でもやっててね、この初期衝動みたいなもんで収録できないとまずいですから、セーブしておきましょう。うわー、気になるけど、うわー、すいません、バタバタしました。というわけで、2064リードオンリーメモリーズ、なんかメディアのなんか記事が改ざんされたってだけの話かなと思いきや、まさかの展開が待っておりました。こっちの際もですね、ヘイデンの多分犯人となんかつながりが出てきそうですね。はい、というわけで以上、ジョニーズゲーム TV でした。また次回の放送をお楽しみに。アディオスチャス。